What's up, guys? What's up? Thanks for tuning in and listening to Keep No Hard. I'm your host. Let's jump right into it. So I'm gonna let this video play, and we're gonna dissect it as we go. I did make a video to it, like an 8-minute video to it, like earlier on today. But I just want to go live on it because I think it's a little insane. It's just crazy. So this teacher basically gets mad at these Spanish students for speaking Spanish in her class. Now, first of all, off rip, I just think that's wrong. Like, I would never tell someone that's from a certain country or tribe or culture that they can't speak their native tongue because I can't understand or comprehend them. And at the end of the day, I don't care what no one say. I'm standing on this 10 toes down, 2 feet deep. The reason why so many people get hurt and offended when someone is speaking another language around them and they can't comprehend them or understand them, they're hurt and offended because of, one, their own insecurities, and two, because they don't know if they're talking shit about them. Now, at the end of the day, even if they are talking shit about you, the shit talking that they're doing, regardless if they're saying it out loud, it's the energy is still there. They're still talking ish within their mind. So to me, it's really no difference. I'm the type of person that I think I have my emotional and temper emotions under control for the most part. And I honestly, I don't care. You could be sitting, and this is why people over the years, people call me conceited, they call me cocky, and they call me arrogant. Because growing up in high school, when I was in like elementary school, middle school, someone would talk about me, I'll get emotional, I'll, defend myself, talk back, got into little fights and stuff. That's all good. But when I reached high school, people would talk about me, and I'm sitting right there. And one time, I remember that this female student was talking about me, and everyone is looking and just, they keep looking at me like, you don't hear her talking about you? You don't, what you gonna do about it? Like, so what ended up happening is I said, okay, so y'all want me to respond? I'm going to respond, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not responding to her and why I don't care what she says about me. And I continue to say, I don't care because I view her so low that she is beneath the dirt, beneath the cement I walk and spit on. And when I said that, everyone's like, oh, that's low. Like, ooh. I said, I don't care about her so much, and I don't care what she thinks or has to say about me so much, that's literally how low of her I think. She is beneath the dirt, beneath the cement I walk and spit on. She means nothing to me. Like, I can give 2 Fs less of what she's saying. So she gets angry and she's like, you're just cocky, you're just conceited, you're just this. Because she was mad that, like, a girl that she's kind of like friends with, not too much friends with, me and this girl was dating. And I think on this day in class, I said, well, nah, she's my girlfriend. And she didn't believe me. She was like, such and such is not your girlfriend. Such is not your girlfriend. Man, I'm about to ask her. So she proceeds to call her and ask her. And such is like, leave my boyfriend alone. When the other girl I was dating answered the phone, she said, leave my boyfriend alone. And the look on the hater's face was just, it was like, wow, this girl really don't like me. Either she really didn't like me, or she did like me and she was just fucking with me to cover up the fact that she liked me or whatever. Whatever high school shit, whatever. So from high school on to now, you could be right there in the same room and talk about me, and I would not give two fucks, because you mean nothing to me. Your words and what you're saying means absolutely nothing to me. And I feel like when you have that type of emotional control, people can't, some people, weak-minded people, hate that, and or they can't stand it. So that's why if someone is speaking another language around me and they're talking about me, I could give a fuck's less, man. I promise you, I really just don't care. You know, if you understand vibrational tones, sounds, and frequencies, then if you know the frequency, then those tones, vibrations affect you. Even if you don't know them, it has a slight chance of affecting you. And I'm talking about on a more spiritual level. So on a spiritual level, DNA, tone, sounds, vibrational frequencies, all that stuff, it works hand in hand together, and it can affect you if you allow it to. So with that being said, like I'm spiritually up. So I do my prayers, I do my chants. I'm in tune with my ancestors. I'm in tune with my deities, my God and gods. I'm protected. I'm good. So again, if someone is talking about me in another language, it's not going to affect me at all. So I just believe that there's weak-minded people that sit around and you might be in an altercation, or you might think low of someone. Now, I'm not saying that like foreigners that come from other countries are just innocent. No, because some foreigners coming to America, they take all American resources and they disrespect Americans. They will talk about us. They look at us like we ain't shit, especially the black race, and they just beat up on us and act like they better than us. When if it wasn't for Americans, they would not have, especially black Americans, they would not have the resources that they have when they come into this country, because for centuries we fought. We fought for these rights. We fought for you to even have the audacity to come over to America and, live off of our resources. On top of that, America, we send these foreigners money, billions and millions of dollars yearly. So I wouldn't put up disrespect from no foreigner coming over here talking about me in another language. Now, like I said, I'm not finna hunt a motherfucker down and, figure out what they're saying. I just don't care. I know what's what. I know that if you're gonna talk about the hand that feeds you, then that's your own stupidity. And in natural nature, in the universe, one cannot escape karma. You can't escape cause and effect. You can't escape karma, and you can't escape the transformation of energy. These are three things that are literally scientifically proven, factually proven. It's not a spiritual or religious or cultural thing. It is Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Manethope, archaeologists and scientists of this nature have scientifically proven that the transformation of energy is real. Whatever energy you put out, it's the same amount of energy you would get back in return. So if I'm an individual that is an American and the foreigners coming in and out of this country and they're using up our resources and they talk about me in different language, hey man, that's on you. That energy is gonna be transferred right back to you. So I honestly could give two fucks less. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and then I'm gonna stop and go as we okay, so let's go.
You just tell us to stop talking. Yes, but why? Why do you think I do that? We don't know. Okay, two reasons. One, it's unfair to other people. You're speaking a language that half the people in the class can't speak. So it makes it
Okay, so you heard what she just said? She said one of the reasons why she don't want them speaking Spanish is because it's not fair and that other students in the classroom can't speak. Okay, well, that's their fault. If you want to know what a Spanish-speaking person is saying, then just do your due diligence and do your honorary studies and learn Spanish. It's as simple as that. For this teacher to say that, oh, you can't speak Spanish because it's not fair to other students, they don't know what you're saying, that is petty, that is stupid, that is ignorant, and it's just outright wrong. I don't agree with this teacher at all. Like, I feel like it's crazy.
You guys are talking about them. Two, today I have a girl breaking down.
You don't know if they're talking about them. She sounds so
And
dumb.
you guys were giggling. And then you started speaking Spanish.
Who is breaking down? Because we don't focus on anyone but ourselves. If I'm talking Spanish, I'm talking Spanish because I know obviously no one else can understand me.
Okay, but why do that? What is the point of that?
We always do this for
What?
and like
Okay, but I'm not the teacher of Spanish. But I'm not the teacher of Spanish.
I know, but like
I'm
I'm not
the teacher
we're
of
just
Spanish.
being bad in Spanish.
Yeah.
She literally just speaks Spanish like
But
in
that
general.
is my request. It has been my request. So it's disrespectful when you don't do what I'm asking you to do.
It's not disrespectful, because if it's something like, if you're the teacher and the student is doing something like speaking their native language, and you say, I ask you not to do that, that's stupid. That's dumb. You cannot get mad at a native tongue because you can't understand them, and because the teacher also thinks that they're talking about the teacher too. So it's extremely petty. It's something that, teacher, you're grown enough to just suck it up and it just just let it go. This video right here, and the teacher taking time out of the school work and the school day to talk to these girls about speaking Spanish is petty and it's dumb. This teacher should be ashamed of herself, and to me, it's like, for the life of me, I don't comprehend it, and I don't get it at all, because that's what it is. It's no other. It's no other point. It's no other reason. The only reason why she's doing this is because she thinks, and maybe along with other students, the teacher and other students may think that they're talking about them, and that's why she stopped this. At the same time, this is obviously a Caucasian woman. Me as a black man, I have experienced racism my whole life, and I had teachers just like this, and especially because sometimes there's a saying called the student will surpass the master, and sometimes, like me, I did a shitload of studying. Growing up, my parents made me read mad books and things like that. I was homeschooled before I even started school. When I was young, I read the Bible. I was learning about science. It's so much that my even math, my even literature, so much that my parents had me doing before the proper age to even start school. So when I went to school, and certain topics that teachers would bring up, especially in social studies and science especially, when these things would come up, a little bit in math, but when them three topics would come up, them teachers hated me. When I went from middle school to high school, I had valedictorian, but the science teacher, his son went to the same school, but they gave him valedictorian because that is because his dad worked at the school. So I'm like, well, I got every question right on the CRCT test. Going that last CRCT test that I took going into high school, I got every question right. So I'm like, well, why don't I have it? Come to find out that the science teacher's son, he had one question wrong on his literature, on the literature test. And it's like they still gave him valedictorian. So it's just stuff like that, which I had to experience growing up, is teachers upset because I either knew equally amount that they knew, or I knew a little more on the topic, especially when it came to my social study teacher, my science teacher, and a little bit with the math teacher. Not so much with the math teacher, but science and social studies. Oh, they hated me. They hated me. But let's get back to the video.
Yeah, next time.
So just because we speak Spanish, you're gonna automatically think we're talking about someone in the
No,
past.
and I understand some Spanish. So sometimes I do know what you guys are talking about.
We're never talking
Not
about
all the
someone.
time, and I can't pick it up nearly as quickly. But I do know some Spanish.
It's not like we're saying anything bad to us.
That's not the point. The point is that I asked you not to.
Yeah, but we didn't know the reason, so we were taking
But you
it.
didn't ask me. Kimberly, you didn't ask me.
Because I feel like that's something you should also tell us. You're the teacher. You're the adult. Why don't we have to?
That's right. I am the adult.
Exactly.
And you are to do exactly what I tell you when it's in my class.
And
If I tell you not to speak Spanish, there's a reason. I don't have to give you a reason. You're supposed to do it. Now.
See, but she's wrong right there. Like, she's so wrong right there. And it's like, no, man, I can't believe this is even a thing. This teacher is mad because these two students were speaking Spanish in her class. And like I said before, it only boils down to the teacher not knowing what they're saying. She just said, oh, I know a little bit. You could hear in the tone of her voice. She just mad because she thinks they're talking about her. And does that happen in life? Yes, but this is extremely petty to me. This is like, who gives a F? Let them speak, you know? I don't care if you're getting your nails done or getting your hair done. Hey, man, you're going to do it right. You could blabber on and talk ish about me all you want. But because I'm paying you, you're going to do the job that I asked you to do correctly. So let them speak their language. So what? Like, I promise you, it doesn't bother me not one bit. I don't care. Like I said earlier, when I was in high school, girl was talking ish about me. Everyone's like, you don't hear what she's saying? You don't hear what she's saying? When I finally responded, I said, yes, I hear her, but I don't care. The reason why I don't care, because I think so low of her. Her thoughts and words does not bother me not one bit. And like I said earlier, I said, I really think so low of her that she is lower than the dirt beneath the cement that I walk and spit on. Period. PBP. So to me, it doesn't affect me. I think this teacher is mad and mature. What's
Okay.
up, guys? Keeping on hard here. Thank you for listening. Okay, so that's the end of the video. That's my 2 cents on it. Y'all go ahead and put your thoughts, comments into the comment section. Please be sure to like, share, and comment. What do you think? Was the teacher wrong? Was the students wrong? I think this teacher is wrong. I don't see what the students did wrong, even if they was talking about her. You're a grown-ass woman. That's like you getting upset because 5-year-old kids are talking about you. Like, I would not care. I just don't care. Let these little students talk about me. Whoop-de-doo. If you're in the teacher and in the classroom and the students talking about you, whoop-de-doo. Get over it. You're a grown-ass woman. So that's just my 2 thoughts on the video. Like I said, this is my live video on the topic. I did do another video. Please be sure to view the other video and videos. View this video in live. That's my time for tonight. Thank you for watching and listening to Keeping Up with Har. I'm Har, your host. Until next time, peace, love, and unity. I'm out.